So guys, today I am finally getting round to filming my Valentino Beauty review, tutorial, whatever you want to call it. So if you want to find out more, see what my faves are, and also some things I probably wouldn't recommend, also trying some new bits, it's a whole thing, then stay tuned. So hey guys, it's Becky and thank you for joining me today. I do loads of plus size fashion, beauty and lifestyle videos every Tuesday and Thursday on this channel. So yeah, do subscribe if you haven't yet. I would really appreciate it. And don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and let me know down below in the comments if you tried Valentino Beauty before. You know, these designer makeup brands, like what's your favorite? My favorite is Dior, I would say, but Valentino, they've got some fabulous products, spoiler alert. So I tried my first Valentino product out, I think last year. They're a relatively new designer makeup brand. Obviously Valentino have been around for a really long time, but their makeup brand is quite new, apart from their perfumes. I think they've been doing perfumes for quite a while. But yeah, they recently launched their makeup range, and I've been loving especially their lipsticks. I just thought I would do like a little rundown, because I feel like Valentino Beauty isn't spoken too much about on YouTube. I feel like a lot of people reviewed the foundation. I really want to see them do a concealer. I'm a concealer girl. I don't wear foundation, so I couldn't even tell you anything about the foundation, unfortunately. But I do know they are trying to be a bit more kind of like refillable packaging, recyclable packaging. They're quite like a conscious beauty brand, and especially for designer, high-end luxury makeup, that is, I guess, a little bit new, a little bit different. So everything in the range is very red, which isn't my favourite colour. It's not my favourite colour, but this is kind of the vibe we're going with. Now, this is actually the one item that I could take or leave it, especially for how much this cost full price. This, I think, is £88. However, it no longer exists on the website, so I have a feeling it's been discontinued. I did pick this up on Depop brand new for, I think, £40. Even then, I'm a little bit like, I don't know if I would, I don't think I'd pick this up again. So you do get a couple of brushes, never been used, but you get 8 shadows. This is great for travel. However, the shades aren't my favourite shades. I like all the ones here, but just having this jet black when we've already kind of got this kind of like satin brown here, it's just very dark, and I feel like we could have had maybe a different colour to black. They've got this like classic like Valentino red shade. You'll see kind of this red shade dotted throughout the range. Some very kind of like textured shimmers, which are quite nice. I like this as a transition shade, and I love this shade as well for like deepen up the crease. And this is just like a nice metallic shade. Is this the best eyeshadow palette in the world? No. And there's just something about it that doesn't get me excited. I don't look in my drawer and think, oh, let me pull out my Valentino palette. And when you're looking at £88 or whatever they were selling it for, that's getting into the region of Pat McGrath pricing, and I would rather spend my money on a Pat McGrath palette, and that's what I would recommend to you. So I know I'm starting out on something that I don't like, and I wouldn't recommend, but there is stuff that I will recommend later. But I'm just being 100% honest with you. I'm not going to obviously recommend something to you that I don't like just because I like the rest of the brand. So I'm just going to put this tan, bring my mirror over a bit. This tan, they are nice shadows though, I will say. And if you already have it, I think it is nice. And there's a lot of neutral looks you can do with it. Like it's a nice palette, but I wouldn't recommend buying it. I'm not going to do anything too crazy today because I'm actually filming some hauls for you guys as well. So I don't want to look crazy when I go downstairs to film them. But my eyeshadow looks they always follow the similar structure of a light transition shade, then a slightly darker matte in the crease, and then I normally put 1 or 2 shimmers on the lid and in a corner. That's just my go-to. I'm not really a what do you call it? What's it called? Like a halo eye or a cut crease. It's not my journey. Is that the right way to say it? It's not, yeah, I'm not really into like anything too technical. I like just stuff, I like it to be easy, but look really nice. And I think that's what we all want. But yeah, the mattes laid down really easy. I feel like this is a really easy to use palette. And I'm hoping they maybe come out with quads maybe. I think the price was way too high, and it's strange because the prices, some of the stuff is like, they came out with this like makeup clutch. It was like this but on a chain. So it was this on a chain, and it came with a powder and a mini lipstick, and I think it was something like £225. And it was kind of barbaric, if I'm honest, trying to make out that it's like a Valentino bag. It's not. Yeah, that was crazy. But then some of the other stuff is more kind of back to normal, higher luxury pricing. But I will say as well, do shop via their actual website. You can buy them at Selfridges, but their actual website, they do quite hefty discounts. I'm talking 20-30%. Black Friday, I got 30% off, along with some really nice gifts, free gifts with purchase. And I think that also includes their fragrances. So although the prices are obviously high-end prices, always get yourself a deal, you know, never pay full price. So I'm just going to blend them out. I also did see in the Selfridges sale, they did have a couple of pieces in the sale. So if they're there, I'll link them down below. So I don't know what I really want to go in with, this kind of like, it's like a holographic, it looks white in the camera, but it's actually like gold. But then I don't know how to do that in the inner corner. I might do the gold and then decisions folks, might do the gold. Oh, I've not got a makeup spray over here. Need to go pick one of them up so I can wet my shadows. Yeah, so while I don't particularly recommend this palette, I still wanted to obviously share it with you guys, just in case any of you were curious, and like, I have it. So and I do think the formula is really pretty. I just think it's the way the palette is laid out with the kind of like the flap and how much it is. Like, you know, do you buy this or do you buy a Pat McGrath palette? And I think most of us would buy the Pat McGrath palette, am I right? If you're spending that kind of money. Whew, so I'm glad I only paid £40 for it. But I still think even £40 for how much I've used it. But then putting it on now, I'm kind of like, oh, actually, it's very, very pretty. So, I don't know. Maybe I need to play with it a bit more, because this gold shade is absolutely stunning. But I think it is a really great travel palette. So if you've already got it, or maybe you might see it on a discount somewhere, if they've discontinued it, it might crop up somewhere cheaper. It is nice quality. So that's the end of the eyeshadow palette review. So this is something I really love. This is the V Lighter. It's a dual use liquid, light face base and top coat. So I do use this as a face primer. I got this in the shade Rosa. There's two shades, Rosa and then more of a bronzy one. I would say fair to light medium for this one, and then you probably want to go up to the other shade. But this is basically a luminous primer that isn't sticky. It does come like a little bit lumpy, almost curdled. And it's something other people on YouTube have said, so it's not just my own. It's obviously just something with the formula. The thing I love about this is it doesn't make my face, there's no like oil. It just makes your face look really dewy and fresh, but it doesn't feel greasy. It dries down, not matte, but it doesn't go anywhere. I really love this product. I did get given it as a sample when I bought a lipstick once, and it did make me buy the full size. I bought it on Black Friday with the 30% off. I believe it's around £37 potentially. They do say you can put it on top of base products. I have never done that, again, because I don't wear foundation. I do wear my makeup a little bit differently because of that. So, but as you can see, just look at that. And you don't need a lot. I do maybe 2 pumps and I use it all the time, and I've still got probably like 2/3 left. And this is a glass bottle. This is very weighty. It feels really nice. The cap is plastic though, I think. I don't know. The cap feels a little bit cheaper, but overall, I like the frosted glass, but I like the product the most. Look. I look good. Then, as always, I'm just going in with my pot concealer for my hormonal spots. You get one cleared up, and then I had a beast from the east came here. Yeah, is what it is at the end of the day. But I really love the NARS concealer, and I've had this pot for years, and it just doesn't seem to run out. So we'll definitely buy a new one when I eventually run out of it, because it lasts you a lifetime. And then today, as I said, Valentino don't do a concealer, but when it comes out, I will definitely try it. We're going in with the Rose Ink. It doesn't say the name, but I believe it's like a high coverage but hydrating concealer. So we're just doing a little boop. We'll say I'm getting a little bit of fallout from the gold shadow. It is a little bit fallouty-y. That's okay, because I do my eyes first. And I'd always recommend doing your eyes first, just in case that happens. So just going to blend this out really quickly. Cool, so we've blended the concealer out, and then I'm just going to go in with my Pat McGrath under eye blurring powder. I'm going to take it on a brush actually, because I do think it works better than on one of those like velour triangle poofs. I'm just going to pack that in super quick. I think I'm getting used to this powder. It's a very light fine powder, which is perfect for dry kind of creasy under eyes. But as you can see, that primer is still really glowy, really pretty, and makeup sits really nicely on it. I've not had any issues with pilling or anything like that. So to just finish off the eye look, now we have got that all set under the eye, I am going to go in with that. It looks white, but it is like a gold shift. It's again quite a piecey textured, but look, oh my god, that is gorgeous. You could always use this as well on your face. Oh, that is, okay, I need to start using this palette more. I don't think it's worth £88, but I do need to start using it more because that does look nice. That does look nice. I will not lie. It does look nice. So I'm just going to my Maybelline City Bronzer. I believe they do have a powder. I don't have it. I know, I'm sorry. I don't know if it's a full coverage powder, a setting powder. I'm not 100% sure, but obviously with any kind of powders, you can always buy a darker one and use that as a bronzer, but I have not done that obviously, as I'm here with my Maybelline. Do love this Maybelline, but as you can see, the lid broke, and I'd rather pay an extra £1 for better packaging, because now I can't take this with me, and I loved travelling with this. So yeah, I love this bronzer, but please get better packaging. Because a lot of you guys always, I probably should do like my favourite makeup items from the drugstore. Now, back to some more Valentino. So, if you have been a big fan of the Charlotte Tilbury, the Beauty Wand blushes, I think it's called Pink. Do I have it? I don't use it that much because it was really hard to get hold of. So this is like a really like shimmery blush, and then this is like a really shimmery blush, but in like powder form. So they are slightly different tones, which I didn't actually realise. But this is gorgeous. It's a very light, I will say it is quite a light shade. There was other shade that I wanted to get my hands on, but they didn't have it in stock. But this one, it's almost as if like these two had a baby. You've got the kind of glowiness from the Beauty Wand, but then you have the really flattering pink tone of this, which it looks quite scary, but when it's on your cheek, it looks really, really pretty. So at first, I wasn't sure about this blush, but they put it on me, and it's actually really beautiful. It does come with this little brush that I've never used. I didn't actually know it was in there until Hannah was like, oh, look, a tiny, cute brush. So anyway, so this, and it came with a V, but as you can see, I've used this quite a lot. I really, really like it. It's just really, really pretty, really fresh. Could be a beautiful spring blush if you fancy treating yourself. But look how reflective. It's not like highlighter reflective, but it's just really, really, really pretty. I really, really like it. It's a very unusual colour for me to pick. I do normally go for my more neutral or peachy tones, but this, it's really changed my mind. They also do a red shade, like a full-on Valentino red shade that I'm incredibly curious about, but I've not bit the bullet again because these aren't cheap, but very unusual, unique colours and shades. Texture wise, very finely milled, very smooth. I would say buildable for sure. Really nice quality. I really like them. The packaging, I also really do like the packaging because it's quite small but quite bold in the packaging, if you know what I mean. And the brush, I suppose, is useful if you're a girl on the go, but it's very small. But they did say that these can go on the eyes, so maybe it's more of like an eye brush. I'm not sure, but it's very, very cute and nice. So next up, I'm just gonna go, I've got my hands on the Rare Beauty highlighter. It was quite hard to get. In the end, I found it on Space NK. They got a restock. It was sold out everywhere. It was so hard to get my hands on. I do quite like it. It's very, very blingy. It's giving me major kind of like 2016 makeup, but I like that makeup. That's makeup of my era. So yes, it's very pretty. I feel like if you have only just got into makeup and you weren't part of like YouTube when makeup was, you know, highlighters were the thing, I feel like if you don't have a lot of highlighters from that era, that period of time, then this highlighter is really nice. But I feel like it does remind me of like some of my other highlighters that I've got, but it is quite a unique formula. It's very, very blinding, as they would say. Like, as you can see, I am going to be very, very glowy. It's quite a, I know this isn't a Rare Beauty review, but it's a very, very, very soft formula. And I do like the pricing of Rare Beauty, but apparently they're putting their prices up, which I think is a shame, because I feel like they were one of the more like affordable, expensive brands. But I feel like everything's going up in price, isn't it? So that is the base makeup done. I'm just going to quickly set with another drugstore beauty favourite, the NYX Dewy Finish. I'm going to be so glowy, but I love that look. I think it looks really healthy. And then we'll move on to mascara, and I think the biggest section will be the lips. So this is a bit of a first review. This is the Magnificent Striking Volume Mascara All Day Wear, but I don't believe it is waterproof. This is obviously a tester, or sample, or whatever you want to call it. Will say the amount of testers and samples you get from Valentino, I'll show you some more in a minute, they are generous. And you do, if you are in Selfridges, I go to the one on Oxford Street, even with one purchase they will give you samples, and I feel like if you are like interested in, say, the highlighter, I feel like you could ask as well. I do believe you would have to make a purchase though. I don't think they just give them out willy-nilly, but if you wanted to buy and then also try something, I think you could ask specifically for a sample as well. You do get samples on the website as well. I do curl this set of lashes because this is the side I sleep on, and these are the ones that get crushed. And these ones are doing fine. These ones are thriving. So we have to give these ones a little bit more help. So I'm excited to try this mascara. I've not opened it before, but let's look at the, wow. I like these kind of brushes. They're like really thick, fat, almost like the Better Than Sex style mascara, like natural bristle, I believe they're called. It is probably going to be quite wet because I've obviously just opened it for the first time. That does look pretty nice. Let's try the good eye. I feel like we all have a good eye and a bad eye. Let me know what side your good eye is. Or maybe you have two good eyes. I used to have two good eyes, and I don't know what happened. I think I became really allergic to feathers. And it's weird because I didn't have like a feather allergy. It just kind of came out of nowhere because I had feather pillows for ages, and then my eyes just decided, no, we don't like these, but it was hard to work out. So that's the mascara. I do like, very, very first impression, I do quite like it. I think it's giving nice shape. It's the first time trying it, so it's really, really hard to kind of review it. But I don't, like when I tried the Iconic mascara, the Iconic London one, I kind of knew straight off the bat that I wasn't keen. But this one so far, I quite like it. Would I buy it? I'm not sure. And it's probably really expensive. I'm guessing around like £28. But now on to the main attraction, the lipsticks. So I have got 2 cases for the lipsticks. Then I have got I think 4 refills in different shades. and 2 samples. So I have 8 Valentino lipsticks. So I think we should go through them because I feel like it's only fair, because they're one of my favourite things. So first up, we've got 123R, which I believe was the first one I've ever bought, and I have used it quite a lot. This is a matte finish, which I think is my favourite finish. So let me just pop this one on here. It's a beautiful nudie pinky shade, but quite an unusual nudie pinky shade. The matte lipstick, the matte formula is, I would say there's definitely quite a lot of silicone in there. It's a very comfortable, what you call a comfort matte. I really, really like the matte formula. Then up next, this is no, I think I changed the bullet. So how do I, yes. The bullets just pull out of the cases, just like that. So actually, this shade is 22A, which I believe might be like the classic Valentino red. This is the cream formula. So R, I believe, is something for matte in Italian, and A is cream, is it? Or have I got it wrong? R, A. I don't know. Let's swatch. Oh yeah, is this cream? No, I think that's a matte, but it's called, where is it? 22A. Red. They do a lot of reds, guys. There's a lot of reds. So I did buy a set on the website where you get 1 lipstick case and 5 lipstick bullets. I believe it was £100, but then with 30% off went down to 70. I think the lipsticks themselves are probably around £30 each, maybe. So it was a really, really good deal. This is 22p. Yes, a lot more kind of like a lighter, pinkier toned red there. That one's really pretty. So it came with, I think, 2 reds. I'm trying to remind myself. Then it did come with some nudes. This is 107A. A lovely nudie shade here. Probably what I'm going to wear today. Love that shade. Then I'm going to wipe these swatches off. This is chaotic swatching. Then we've got 100R, which is again another lovely nude. And I love that because it's quite a light nude, really, really pretty. And these are so easy to switch in and out. And then this is 221R, and this one's really, I like wearing this in autumn. It's very pretty. Doesn't look as dark as the bullet. It's a bit more sheer. Absolutely gorgeous shade. It's quite an unusual shade. It's kind of like it's coming off a lot lighter because of the ring light. It's more of like a reddy chestnutty brown. Absolutely beautiful. And then these are samples. Very generous samples. So we've got 22R, which I feel like I have. Oh no, this is 22A. Oh, okay. So we have the other formula. Yes, this is satin. That's a lovely satin formula. And these are like generous samples. This is like a big amount of lipstick. How much? 1 gram of lipstick in there. And then this is 3.4 for the full size. So for that to be a sample, that's pretty good going. And then this is 213R, which is a much deeper red. Put it down a little bit, I don't want to break it. Oh, beautiful. So I absolutely adore the Valentino lipsticks. If you love a bougie lipstick, I would highly recommend giving them a go. I love both the satin and the matte formula, but I will say I think the matte formula is special. But I also would recommend, you know, if you are wanting to treat yourself, or you want to put something on like a birthday or Christmas gift list, do consider the gift set. They've got a new one out with, I believe, some slightly different shades, and they're really easy to swap in and out of the case. It's not complicated at all. Like, that's done. So I'm going to go in with that kind of like nude, this slightly darker nude. I'm going to get my mirror closer. They're definitely a comfort matte, so they're not going, it's not going to be like a liquid lipstick where they're going to be completely, you know, non-transferable, but they are matte, if you know what I mean. Oh, I love it. I just love these lipsticks. So definitely my top two picks would be the lipsticks and the Luminous Primer Highlighter thing. It's gorgeous. Really recommend both of them. Blush I do also really like, but if I had to pick two, it would be those two. The eyeshadow palette, I can see why it's been discontinued, but I'm excited to see what they come out with more for the eyes. The mascara, so far so good, but it's literally been 5 minutes. So let me just do my hair and I'll be right back. So here is the final look. I love it. We're going to finish off with some Volse Viva. This was a free gift. It smells really nice, quite fruity. This is 15 ml. It's a nice perfume. I do enjoy it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll try and link what I can down below, see if I can find some of those sale items for you. Otherwise, as I said at the beginning, do check out the website, sign up to their emails, and they'll also let you know if they are doing any kind of like discount deals. And I'll just wait. Who wants to pay full price when you know you can get it for cheaper? So do wait for the sale when it comes in. But honestly, guys, I am just strangely obsessed with the brand, and I'm really excited to see what more they come out with, because they do some quite innovative formulas and textures, and I'm really enjoying all of it. So let me know if you've tried anything else from Valentino Beauty that I've not tried. Let me know if you have any recommendations and I can pick them up and give them a go. Give me more excuse to spend money on makeup. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. Give this video a big thumbs up, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.